Hey guys, today is seed day around here. It's corn day. Time to get this sweet corn in. This is my 3 rows, double rows of peaches and cream. Also right here in front of me, you might recall not too long ago in the video I showed the planting the late squash and zucchini and stuff. That's this stuff right here in front of me. She really took off. But right now, I need to get to work picking some corn and see if I can't get this stuff picked and back the truck up under a shade tree somewhere. That's a pretty good little mess of corn to get started with. Once I get it shucked and taken inside, that ought to be enough to keep the ladies busy for a little while. This is something that you don't like to see in your corn patch. Your ears already pulled off down to the ground where the animals have eaten them up. This is a sign that either a raccoon or a groundhog has been out here working. I've seen a few more ears that were eat up in various stages similar to this right here, but I've already picked my 320 some ears. I got mine, they can have the rest. Now that was some really pretty corn. This is my 2nd year growing peaches and cream, and when it comes to taste, I know there's a lot of different sweet corns on the market right now, and it's difficult to say which one is actually best. I wouldn't say peaches and cream is the best out there, but if you are looking for a quality sweet corn, I don't think you can go wrong with it. We finished up with 15 quarts of cream corn that was put in the plastic containers and put in the freezer. And we also had about 45 pints of corn that we put up. This jar right here brings up one of the questions that I get asked quite often. When are you going to do some canning videos? Why don't you show us how to can the vegetables that you're putting up? And let me explain my position on that. Let's take, for example, I'm going to show you how to start cabbage seeds. And I'm going to tell you to get some kind of tray, put your seed start mix in there, and put your seed in there about a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch or something like that, covered up, water from the bottom, and then I'll show you in about 3 weeks you ought to have some nice looking plants about like this. And in that video I failed to mention that as soon as those things sprout, you need to get them up on the grow light. So you go and duplicate what you saw in that video, and in about a week you got some stems about this long where your cabbage is done come up out of these seed trays, hanging all over the side, and you got 2 little bitty leaves on the end of it, and you're wondering what went wrong. So you come back and you start asking questions, and you find out that you should have got them up under some type of grow light. What did you lose? Just a little bit of time and a few cabbage seeds. No big deal. Now let's take this jar of corn right here. Suppose I do a video on it and I leave out a few steps here and there, assuming that people already know, hey look, you've seen canning stuff before, I don't have to say everything. And then you go and can your corn copying exactly what I showed in that video, leaving out some of those important steps. Then what happens? You end up with a whole bunch of bad corn. You might end up getting sick from it. That's a pretty bad deal. I do not want that to happen. That's why I don't do canning videos. When you're talking about canning and you're talking about somebody's food that's going directly on their plate, in my opinion, that is very serious business, and I personally am not qualified to show anybody else how to properly do it. There's a lot of people on YouTube who do canning videos, but if I had to pick one from a pure technical standpoint of showing you step by step exactly what you needed to be doing when you were doing your canning, I would recommend a lady by the name of imstillworkin. And in her videos, when she shows you how to can something, she also explains why you need to do it that way. To me, that's very valuable information, because I'm the type of person, if you tell me what needs to be done, I'm going to try to figure out my own way to do it and go out there and try to reinvent that wheel, so to speak. When you are doing your canning, please don't be trying to reinvent the wheel. Follow the proper steps and make sure that your food, when you put it on your plate, is going to be fit to eat. She does a lot of other things too. She has a beautiful garden outside, comes up with all kind of redneck inventions and things, does some things in the kitchen, showing how to bake snack cakes, duplicate what you see in the store, only you don't have to pay the store-bought price for them. But a lot of things that she does in her video can help people who are just starting out. There are a lot of people who come to YouTube every single day, millions of people, and most of the time they are looking for how to do something. So when they find a video that says how to can snap beans and they start looking at it, more often than not, they're going to take for granted that whatever is in that video is the way it's supposed to be done, right? It's on the internet, so it has to be true, right? Well, not necessarily. But if it has I'm Still Workin's name at the bottom of that video, yes, I'm pretty sure you'll be safe in following those instructions. I will put a link up here and one down below in the description box so you can go check her out and see how she does things. And in terms of canning corn, she posted a video last year on canning corn that I think was probably the best one I had ever seen. She went through everything step by step and explained a lot of the pitfalls that people encounter when they're canning corn. This ain't the easiest thing in the world to can right here. It's really easy to screw it up. But if you follow her instructions and do it step by step the way she said it, I don't think you'll have any trouble. Also in that video, she talked about making corn cob jelly. Yes, you can make corn cob jelly. You can make jelly out of just about anything, I guess. After you cut your corn off, you break the cobs up, throw them in a big pot, boil them for a little while and add some sugar, and it comes out tasting somewhat like honey. Now don't do it based on my instructions. Go over there and look at her video and find out exactly how you're supposed to do it. I don't want nobody to get sick based on any of my cooking directions. So when it comes to gardening, growing vegetables, the greenhouses, hydroponics, I'm more than happy to talk about it. I'd be glad to do anything in the world to help you out. But when it comes to something as important as the food you're putting on your table and canning, I'm going to recommend you go check out somebody like I'm Still Workin. As much as I know about gardening, she probably knows 10 times as much about canning, and it shows up in her videos. If you follow her videos step by step, I don't think you'll have any problem whatsoever. So I hope that was helpful. Y'all take care, and Lord willing, I'll see you next time. If you found this video to be helpful, informative, entertaining, or just downright funny, don't forget to subscribe.